On this week's episode of the Social Update, RIP IGTV, YouTube Rewind is cancelled, Snapchat launched a mental health initiative as well as creator monetization features, and Instagram test likes on stories. Let's get into the show. Hi, my name is Brian and welcome to the Social Update, the weekly show where I give you everything that's happening in social media and the creator economy. Let's kick it off with Instagram. And I just like to say RIP IGTV. Can you please have a moment of silence? So they launched IGTV in 2018 and it was a huge spectacle. They had a whole stage show. The founders came out. They had creators speaking and they paid a couple celebrities and top creators to make IGTV content. They were saying we're going to redefine video. It's all vertical video. And nobody liked it. So nobody created vertical video apart from the people that they paid. What people were doing was getting their videos from YouTube and putting something on the top, putting something on the bottom, and you just have to kind of watch it on the screen there, or they will say, hey, turn the phone. So after a while they realized that, listen, people aren't excited as we thought they would, and they didn't adopt it as quick as they thought they would, right? So they said, hey, you can put horizontal videos on it and it will still kind of be full screen. Anyway, fast forward from 2018 and that little debacle about how excited other people would be, they are killing IGTV. So there are just too many video formats on Instagram and it's getting confusing. It's not even getting confusing, it actually is confusing already. Instagram have noticed that people are confused. There's too much things to choose from. There's IGTVs that can go up to 60 minutes. There's 60-second feed videos. There's 60-second reels. There's 4-hour lives. And there's 15-second video story slides, right? Which one do you create for? Where do you put it? Like there's 60-second reels and 60-second feed videos. Which one do I do? Right? If it's 61 seconds and it's an IGTV, they noticed that people didn't really know what IGTV was and weren't really specifically creating for IGTV. So what they are doing is merging the feed video and IGTV into one. So it's no longer IGTV or feed video, it's just video. And that will look like a video tab on your profile. So there's no separate IGTV and feed, it's just where all the video content will be placed except for Reels. Reels will still have its own place and its own tab. Now, this has kind of been a long time coming. The writing has kind of been on the wall. People aren't really creating specifically for IGTV, and I think Instagram has treated IGTV just like longer video versus it being something separate, right? And I mean something separate that could compete with YouTube. I don't think it was ever going to be able to compete with YouTube if you ask me, for another bunch of reasons, but I think that's another longer video. First of all, IG used to have a little bit of prominence in the app. It used to have a button on the home page, but then they moved it to the explore page, and now IGTV is kind of nowhere to be found. It's just in the feed and it's just seen as longer video for your profile, for your content, right? And that's how people have been receiving it. There isn't any extra reach because there isn't any separate tab, right? You can get extra reach on Reels because there's a separate tab. You can get extra reach for feed posts because there's explore there. But there isn't really a place for IGTV. Yes, they have an Instagram IGTV app, but again, now that app is being changed into a place where you can go find live video and longer video, right? So RIP IGTV is dead. I really liked the idea and the concept. I was sold on it back in 2018. I invested in it. I had a show on there, and I slowly kind of realized I had this show on there. And I slowly kind of realized that this is not the place for that show, and here we are on YouTube enjoying the show. But let me know what you think. Most people will probably say, I've never uploaded to IGTV, or I didn't really know the difference. I didn't know if I was watching an IGTV. And if you ask me, they need to get rid of Reels. But think about it. There is still too many video formats. There's live video, there's Reels, there's video now, and then there's stories. There's still 4 formats of videos that people have to decide which one is best. When you go on YouTube, for the last 15 years or so, it's been just video, right? Now they've got shorts. When you go on TikTok, it's just video. There isn't a different type of video, right? Yes, they've got live and they've got video, but it's all just video. Now you're telling me like a Reels, like what's the difference from a Reels? Do you know what I mean? So you've got stories, Reels, feed, video, which is just normal video now, and live. If you get rid of the Reels and just all call it video, you've got stories, live, and video. Instagram just needs to make stuff simpler, and obviously getting rid of IGTV, kind of in the term IGTV, they are trying to make it simpler. But let me know what you think. Did you really care about IGTV? Don't you care? I want to hear what you have to think about in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the show to get all the updates every week. Instagram is also testing likes on stories, and if you ask me, this is very, 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 very well overdue. I mean, Lord knows why they're doing it so late, especially after the fact that they've allowed users to hide likes on their profile and not see any likes throughout the app. But nevertheless, I like it because it's another metric that you can measure your stories with, right? Yes, there's views and taps and link taps and all those kind of things. Mostly people just do it kind of by views, right? Which is the easiest thing to do. You get loads of views, you know your story was good, people might be sharing it, etc. Then there's reactions, which they've been seen to have been testing as well. You just getting the reaction, like as in like, oh, someone just reacted to the post and it kind of tallies it in the analytics, versus when you react it goes to someone's DM, because we all know how annoying that can be. Someone just wants to laugh and goes to DM. It's like, am I starting a conversation, am I liking it? And you get too many DMs of people simply just laughing. It would be easier if it just went to the analytics section, because guess what, not everybody wants to DM you the fact that they've laughed, and I think that even puts a lot of people off from reacting to your story. So I think it would be really, really, really well received if you could just simply react and laugh and it just goes into the analytics, and you can get the extra metric of a like as well. But hopefully they don't put the like count there, because on stories there's no view count, but that's the whole point of stories. It's why people love stories. There isn't that anxiety of performing, right? The performance anxiety of, am I going to get enough likes and everyone's going to see if my post flops, right? No, you simply post and you live your life. But I really, really like the idea of likes in stories, another metric to measure the efficacy of your stories and the entertainment value and how well you're doing on stories. I think they just need to release it ASAP. They're always testing stuff that they just need to release straight away. And this is one. So if you're a YouTuber or not, you might know about YouTube Rewind, which is their yearly roundup of creators on YouTube, and every year they do this video where it features all the best creators, the up and coming creators, the exciting creators in a video, and they try to do this beautiful production just exposing the creators, and it's like this end of year finale type of YouTube film, right? 2019's one was the most disliked video on YouTube. Yep. In fact, all the videos posted on YouTube, that one from YouTube is the most disliked, like on the whole of YouTube. So 2020, due to the pandemic, they didn't shoot one because they thought it would be in bad spirits. You know, people had such a hard time and like, hey, YouTube Rewind, here's all the creators. Even though they had one of their best years yet. And I think they were a bit shook because of the previous reception. But they decided to just cancel it forever. Now, they said this isn't because of the backlash from 2019's YouTube Rewind, but I think that there's a little bit in there. But they're not going to admit it, right? Because clearly they don't want to embarrass themselves again. But they are saying that the Rewind videos don't truly encapsulate the vastness of YouTube. YouTube is too big to kind of put everyone that they would like to have in the video. Like, if you imagine it, I don't really know how long the YouTube Rewinds are, but if you was probably to put all the creators that you want to put in a YouTube Rewind, it might have to be an hour long, because there's so many different types of creators on YouTube. It kind of makes sense. It's too big now. You're going to do some injustice to it. So I think they should find another way to kind of celebrate the creators. In my opinion, they should have a YouTube's award. I don't know what you're going to call it. Maybe call it the play button. Have a YouTube's award show where we can all vote, and we can all vote for our favorite creators on the channel. Make it a proper award show, like the Grammys, and people go to and visit the award show and come out. I know they have conventions and stuff. No, we need award shows where creators are winning awards directly from YouTube. You've got a YouTube award, not just the play button, you know, the gold play button. No, it's not about how much followers you have. It's about your creativity and everything else, right? So I want to see a YouTube award show, but let me know what you think about my idea down in the comments. Snapchat is working on creator monetization for their Spotlight feed. Now, if you don't know what the Spotlight feed is, basically it's their reply to TikTok, because everybody has to reply to TikTok these days because TikTok has got every app on the ropes. But basically what Spotlight isn't exactly like TikTok in terms of the music and the creativity, because for the most part it's just reposted content from TikTok and other apps and Reels and YouTube and all these other types of content and stories and whatever, right? So it's really just a hash of other content. And previously Snapchat was paying people. They had a pot of $1 million a day, and if you got loads of views you would get some money from that pot. Loads of people made quite a bit of money from that pot, and I can't remember how much they gave away, but it was in the hundreds of millions to creators. But what they had found, they said, was that people were just reposting content that they knew would get reactions because, you know, they got money before and there wasn't any original content. All these apps want is for you to do original content, because people come to these apps for original content, not content they've already seen elsewhere, right? Not content that like it's not exciting anymore because I've seen it 100 times already. It becomes not funny, right? So it just becomes a copycat app, kind of like Instagram is right now. but we'll talk about it in another video. So what they're doing now is something called like a challenge, where you go and see what the challenge is of today, you read the challenge and you perform the challenge. If you perform the challenge well, you will get paid. The minimum payment you can get is about $250. The maximum payment you can get is $25,000. But this way ensures that creators are being much more creative and individual and not just copying. So it's like you have to do the requirements of the challenge. It might be like dance and drop up and down, do a backflip or whatever, and you submit the video, and if the video gets loads of views and likes, I'm guessing Snapchat will pay you, because obviously it's clearly attracted people to the platform for them to stay on the platform and view your challenge. And again, it's a way to make sure people are making original content. You have to do the challenge. You can't just post up a video, you post it somewhere else and get money. It was good in the beginning, but they've seen the error of their ways now and kind of probably want to save money, right? So I think this is a really, really good idea. It's one of the ways you can monetize, I guess, creators, right, and get some money. So if you're on Snapchat, go and check out some of these challenges and go and get paid, man, because these apps want to pay you because they're desperate for the creators, because they realize the creators are attracting people to their platform. But that is it for this week's The Social Update. Let me know about everything you heard, and please don't forget to like and subscribe. You have just been officially updated. I will see you next week. Take care.